nobody can compete with City in that. You have the best team in the world, and you put in the best striker on the market. No matter what it costs. No matter what it costs, you just do it. I know, City, they will not like it. Nobody will like it. You ask a question, but you know the answer. But what does Liverpool need? We cannot act like them. It's not possible. Not possible.
Jurgen Klopp doing his best impression of Pinocchio. Welcome back to We Are the South Stand. Good morning, people, on a morning where there is so much transfer news that we're bursting at the seams. I'm doing my best impersonation of Pinocchio. And joined by Patrick, who is back in Australia. How does it feel?
I'm all right, mate. Still seeing the world through very jet-lagged eyes, but I'm getting through it. You're right. Yeah, plenty of transfer news and plenty of Pinocchio noses out there, I must say.
Yeah. I'm joking about the transfer news. I'm sure you know there is absolutely no transfer news. Do you know what? You know there's no news when this morning I got hook, line and sinker by City Extra. City Extra put something out that said Kovacic gets picture on beach with Modric and UEFA president, while Manchester City await news on 115, right? So I thought, oh, let me have a click on that. Clicked on it. In the whole article, it didn't mention 115 once, right? And I thought, City Extra, you are like a YouTube channel right now. You haven't got a clue what to report on. There's nothing going on at all. Do you know what? In fact, in this, let's start on this. I want to talk on this. Liverpool getting all the best attackers available. So let's start on this. Is Ekitike better than Marmoush? Because, I mean, the stats don't lie, right? Half a season, same number of goals.
But not a better all-round player.
Yeah.
Marmoush is a better all-round player, we know it.
I don't know. And straight away, so for me, if we look at 17 games in the Bundesliga for Marmoush, 34 for Ekitike. Both had 15 goals, right? So equal goals, half the number of games Marmoush, and Marmoush got more assists, right? So, I mean, and by the way, Marmoush cost 20 million less. So straight away, when you're saying Liverpool get all the best strikers, well, to me, it looks like out of Marmoush and Ekitike, we got the better one. Now, Isak, if they get Isak, cool. But they haven't got him yet. All this, all this madness about Isak, they have not got him yet, right? In fact, they haven't put a bid in for him yet. So, but I don't know. How do you feel about the way City, a lot of City fans are twerking for Liverpool at the moment?
I don't know. I mean, you've got to in a way take a step back and see that yes, they have been very aggressive and very ruthless in the market in terms of what they want and what they want going forward. But look, at the end of the day, I think from here, from my perspective, this part of the world is a little bit different to what you see, Daps. But just get this sense that they just keep seeing the news about Ekitike just keeps back flipping all the time, back and forth.
No, exactly.
And then you'll get
exactly.
You'll get Isak rumours into that equation as well too. So I don't really know what their plan is, what they are going to do with that. I mean, it's when you're negotiating with a club like Newcastle, especially seeing that it's within the league itself, it's going to be very, very difficult. We've seen that already before for the last couple of years with Bruno G. But what they're doing is pretty. It's aggressive. It's something we haven't seen for a long time. Certainly not in this manner. We've never seen it in this manner either. So each to their own. If they go get them, then fair play. It's going to be more of a challenge. And again, I think it's smart business on their part because at the end of the day, we all know deep down the Premier League is theirs to lose next season. So they have to keep bolstering their ranks because they know that the rest of the league's going to come after them.
Yeah, I mean, right. I'm going to check people. You're saying there's a bumper. I'm going to check now. I mean, just to give you my stance to any Ali. I know you're a Liverpool fan in here. Right. Here's my stance on it. Right. I don't think Liverpool are doing anything wrong anything wrong at all with buying with what they're doing, right? The more Liverpool spend, I'm not here saying Liverpool shouldn't spend. They should, right? My whole point is, and maybe I'm by the way, I'm taking this whole, when people say rattled, I'm going to take it. If you want to call me rattled, I am rattled. I should be rattled. If my rival is out spending a lot of money, I'm going to be rattled. I'm also rattled by the fact that, Jurgen Klopp, let's just listen to this interview one more time. Right?
So nobody can compete with City in that. You have the best team in the world and you put in the best striker on the market. No matter what it costs. No matter what it costs, you just do it. I know, City, they will not like it. Nobody will like it. You ask the question, but you know the answer. But what does Liverpool need? We cannot act like them. It's not possible. Not possible.
Right. So what he said there, this is my issue. My issue is not with Liverpool spending whatsoever. My issue is the fact that literally what he said there, the best team in the world, right? So I presume when you're saying best team in the world right now, when he said this, Man City had just won the league, right? So Liverpool had just won the league, right? And he said the best team in the world, and they go out and sign the best striker, right? We can't compete. Okay, well, 2 years on, they've just won the league. They've signed one striker, and they now want to go out and sign another striker, right? I mean, that's my issue. My issue is not Liverpool spending. My issue is the hypocrisy. However, we are going to pause on this because there is breaking news. The breaking news is, have you seen it?
A big one.
Exclusive from Fabrizio Romano 3 minutes ago. Manchester City agreed deal to sign James Trafford as new goalkeeper. Here we go. We have the here we go. Deal in place with Burnley under value of 40 million buyback clause. Trafford says yes to Man City and Pep Guardiola wanted him. Newcastle are also informed of the decision. So there we go. James Trafford, done and dusted. Bear with me, people, because I need to change the title of this stream.
I'd just say thank you for not having Alan on, because otherwise we wouldn't get the bloody end of it.
Well, we'll get to Alan. Alan was on yesterday. James, sorry, people, I've just got to change the title. James Trafford to Manchester City. Oh, God, got to change the whole title. Gets the Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Bear with me. Well, how do you feel about this, bro?
I haven't really had time to sort of think about it. I mean, sure, spend a week or so in Manchester, I thought I'd be more up to date with everything, but it was actually a nice little switch off, just with Oasis and everything as well. But look, I think the writing's on the wall there. If there was any uncertainty about Ederson, I think this basically confirms it now. And this looks like it's going to be our number one keeper now going forward for a long time, hopefully. So I'll be honest with you, I have not given James Trafford a lot of notice. I know he had a good season in the Championship with Burnley, but it remains to be seen. But if it's a bit of a cliche, but if Pep wants him, I want him. So yeah, look.
You know what? It was this time last week that we met up for a drink.
Yeah, we did.
And it was this time last week that I think we'd first heard James Trafford. To Man City. Actually, it was only a week ago, right? It was.
Yeah.
So
it was brief though, because I remember I think at one point you mentioned something to me, and then I picked up my drink and started screaming Oasis songs at the Definitely Maybe bar. So just shows where my priorities were that week, So yeah.
I tell you what, that was a mint bar actually. Quality.
Oh, was it? That was unbelievable. Yeah.
So I am going to wake up Alan. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like there's no way we can do this stream without Alan being here. Sorry, Patrick. But just quickly, before Alan gets here, I just want to give you a couple of takes Alan said yesterday, mate.
Yeah, go on.
Right. Gundogan, he wants to keep. for another season.
Mm-hmm.
McAtee needs to be given time. But Doku and Savio shouldn't be given any time.
Jeez.
I mean, Brexit Al, God bless him.
Cue the Rule Britannia.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Super chat. I'm going to get this out there straight away. City still have one of the best attacks. The issue is other teams catching up while having better defenses and midfield. If Rodri isn't, do you know what? I agree with this super chat. Even in the chat this morning, right? I saw someone saying City need to get Rodrigo, right? And look, I have my concerns about Man City at the moment, but they're not going forward, right? They're defensive concerns. So when people are still listing Rodrigo, I don't get it. Right now, we really, really need to know what's going on with the defence, I think. But right, well, ultimately, James Trafford, here we go. So something else I wanted to talk on this show is our window, because I do feel like our fan base is having one hell of a meltdown. Right? We have got Turkey, we've got Reinders, we've got Ait Nouri, we've now gone and got a goalkeeper, right? We've also, only 6 months ago, brought in Marmoush. And again, by the way, any City fans that are twerking for Ekitike, then you've also got to twerk for Marmoush. We've brought in two extremely good young defenders, and we've brought in Gonzalez as midfield. What should we say? Let's say midfield backup for now. Are we having that much of a bad window, bro, in your eyes? Because to some of the fan base, it's like we're ruined, we're off, we're gone.
No. And in my opinion, like I clicked on your poll and I said it's been a good window so far, because City went out there and they were assertive. They asserted their dominance in the market with that short window we had pre-Club World Cup, and we did a fantastic job. And I think I can speak for a lot of people out there and say that they were very, very impressed with what we had.
Yeah.
Squad numbers weren't a concern. FIFA said you can bring as many as you like within reason, and we did that. Now, we always knew from day one, as soon as the new window was going to be open, or once the Club World Cup had finished, or at least finished for us, that the big talking points were going to be outgoings. It had to be outgoings. You couldn't allow another player to come in unless you knew at least 5 were on the way out. And judging by the way things are, we're probably going to have to get more than that out the door, to be honest. Yeah. So I think the writing's on the wall. As you said, this Trafford news has come a little bit sooner than expected. But, I think the writing's on the wall now for Ederson, basically. And I think now that maybe one domino's sort of fallen, albeit in a way that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting players to go out before we heard our first outgoing. Oh, sorry, I was expecting multiple outgoings before we've heard our first incoming. So for me, it's one of those things with the outgoings that when we always got to remember that Manchester City is not a charity. And as always with every summer transfer window, there's always this sense that the buying clubs want to try to promote towards every opportunity to get. Yeah. We've seen it. We see Galatasaray have done it. We've seen a couple of other clubs have done it too with signings. And that's not even first team players. That's fringe players or academy players who want to make the step up and things. So to think that we still got plenty of time. I think doesn't the window close until mid-September or something?
1st of September, but I think that's right. So I see people in the comments straight away. You're talking, and I do read the comments before the show starts, right? Yeah. The whole thing is right when people are saying, we still haven't got rid of anyone, right? Outgoings, Captain Harris, you're spot on. Outgoings is a must, right? But you can't just. I keep saying this. You can't just get players to go. Like people, I understand. Yeah, we want players to go, but we have to have bids for players to go. You can't just and for people that say I'll force them out, bro. Give the board a chance, right? If the window closes and we haven't got rid of Grealish, McAtee, Gundogan, let's say if we haven't got rid of 5 players, then have a moan. At this point, if players, and sometimes I do wonder, right, and people in the comments, you can help me with this. Could it be a case of that in other countries, contracts mean different things? Because could that be a thing that, the contract rules in other countries is different to here, right? Because over here, if someone has a contract, you can't just force them out of that contract. I don't get why people are so. I do understand. Look, we need to get rid of these players, and I think the club themselves won't be wanting to keep all these players because they don't want to pay the wages, and especially they don't want to pay the wages and not have players registered, right? So we will be getting rid of players. There just needs to be a bit of patience with that. If we look at incoming, though, there's been a lot of incoming, right? And sorry, Brian messaging me now.
Oh, right, okay. I get what you're saying, and usually with our outgoings, we're not as you said, we're not a garage sale. We can't just bin contracts off. That's not how it works. And if anything, if you are going to do something like that, the amount of money you lose because you have to pay out the remainder of that contract becomes a real financial issue, and that's also part of your books of PSR as well. So it's not benefiting anybody doing that. Unless it's a player in their last, 6 to 12 months of a contract, and there's just a mutual agreement that both clubs, choose to part ways, then that's how it works. In terms of other countries, I can get maybe where people get their influences from other sports, maybe. Like for example, I'm a huge baseball fan, and I know for a fact that a lot of teams when they sign into certain contracts, the contract itself is basically what they get paid. It's not necessarily like there's no transfer fee. It's just what they pay the player. And also, too, after a certain length of time, if that player wants to move on, then they can do trades with the other clubs. So usually that doesn't necessarily mean that they absorb the contract. It may be something along the lines of more like the trade for prospect players and things like that. I know for a fact the rugby over here in Australia is very much you can sign a contract, and then if you don't fancy it, you can just scrap it after 2 years or whatever it is, and then try and sign a new one with another club, basically. So it's just sort of pay as you go. So everybody I think has different. Everybody has different influences based on where they're from, and that's fine. But with football, it's a bit different than that. It's a lot of your personal contract is very much set in stone, and there's not really much you can do to waive that unless you've got some special clauses in your contract.
This is my issue again. I'm just scanning the comments, and people. It does seem to me a little bit like moaning for the sake of moaning, right? Yeah. Because people are saying, but we all know that Gundogan and Kovacic are going to. Gundogan, Kovacic, and Bernardo are all going to start against Wolves. We don't know that. Listen, if you do know that, could you please tell me the lottery numbers for the next 6 weeks, right? Because if you do know that, listen, we're all going to be millionaires. Like, we look at last season, and I get it, right? But I'm going to be so consistent with what I've said that in 10 to 15 games' time, see, Riku, no, you don't know this, bro. You don't. That's just your thought, right? You don't know it, right? I'm going to be consistent. In 10, 15 games' time, if things are the same, right, as they were last season, as in the bad time last season, not the way we ended the season, right, then I will be here with you lot saying, do you know what? This can't go on. But to be pre-season where we've had, we've had the Club World Cup, we've had a good period, right? To say that, and also with all the rumours linking Gundogan out of the club, I don't get why people are still in here saying Gundogan, Kovacic, Bernardo Silva will all be starting every game, right? I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's moaning for the sake of moaning. If you want to moan about Liverpool getting more players, moan about that because they are getting more players. But talking about who is going to start, we don't know that yet. I mean, when you're saying, people think about it, when you say that we all know that Gundogan, Kovacic and Bernardo are going to start, I would presume that means you're telling me that Reinders isn't starting. Do you really think City are not going to start Reinders? Reinders is probably going to be one of the first names on the team sheet every game. So straight away, what you're saying doesn't even make sense. And again, I'm here with you. If when the season starts, Reinders is not starting and Gundogan is starting every game, I'm here with you. But this moaning in pre-season about it is just mental. It really, really is. Really is. I think Martin's going to join us as well, by the way. Alan is out, people. So whether you love him or hate him.
No, well, Martin got his turkey time off, did he?
Well, he's going to jump. He hasn't been going, but yeah. I'm just going to have a look to see if hasn't been streaming. Sorry, but he said that he's going to jump on quickly here. Probably I think the James Trafford news is. I'm seeing if he's said anything else, Fabrizio, yet. I mean, I don't really think there's much more to report, is there? He's given it the here we go. We've triggered the buyback clause, which I guess means our negotiations didn't go well to try and get it down. But I think ultimately,
no, they said it was under the buyback of 40 million.
Oh, hold on.
So they've been able. So whatever the buyback was, we still were able to lowball them.
Oh, quality, even better.
Yeah. So it's under the 40.
Interesting.
So in reality, we got him for less. Even in inflation, even if you factored in inflationary costs, we got him cheaper than what we got Ederson for from Benfica.
Under 40 million. So right. So if we paid under 40 million, could Newcastle have come in and offered more? They could have, couldn't they?
Yeah, probably. Because I think if they did, they would have tried to. Well, I don't know how they are with their PSR, but they probably would have done something along the lines of, if nobody was in for him, they probably would have tried the low ball. If other teams were snooping about, then it may have been something along the lines of, you remember when we signed Nathan Ake? Nathan Ake had a buyback with Chelsea for 40 million, so we went to 41 to sort of cover ourselves and mean that basically we'd gone past the buyback, which meant that we were basically first to negotiate, and that's how we got him through the door rather quicker than we were expecting us to get anyone through. I think for that reason, I think Newcastle might have done the same thing. But the fact is that it appears as though we had the last say, the first say. No, never mind the last say. I think we had the first say and the last say. So I think we were able to. Trust me, bro. Basically, have pretty much have the say and call a bit of the shots in terms of this negotiations.
Hello, Martin. I nearly called you Alan there. How are you?
Oh, just insult me right off the bat. Why don't you?
Hey, listen, don't be so rude. We all love Alan over here. Did you see Alan yesterday? By the way?
Yeah, 42 degrees. I'm dying. I'm melting.
Nice. How's your teeth looking?
The Wi-Fi's good for a change.
Open your mouth. Come on. Oh, you're not done yet.
Still doesn't look like you swallowed a piano.
All right, show us your boobs. Show us your boobs.
Show me boobs. Cheeky bastard. That's on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Honestly, 42 degrees. It's too bloody warm.
It's only about 30.
No, it's warm, mate. What's happened to your bonnet?
Are you
Why wearing your Melbourne City shirt?
Can you hear us? Is there a delay?
See how much he values gifts from his fellow colleagues.
No, I can hear Pat. I can hear Pat before I can hear you dance. That's weird.
That's very rare.
Very good.
So you're happy with the news?
Yeah, of course I am. I don't think it'll be Ederson that goes out,
Yeah? What you thinking
I think it's going to be Ortega.
So someone just said to check Ornstein, so I'm going to have a quick look on Ornstein, see what.
Unless that's changed from yesterday. Because yesterday there was rumours Ederson's going to stay.
Yeah. David Ornstein. Manchester City signed James Trafford from Burnley, sold at 14 million and purchasing for 27 million. So buyback cost 13 million. Decent. Activated matching rights on Newcastle FC offer and 22-year-old picked City. Here's the key bit. Ederson staying, Ortega to go, but nothing close.
Ooh. So what? So that to me, it doesn't necessarily seem Ederson and a second choice keeper. That seems like a keeper 1A and a keeper 1B. Because if Ederson's not going to extend, that's basically, I think that's going to be played in a way where they're going to try and give James Trafford as much game time as they can, despite the fact that even Ederson will technically be the number one.
Look, I think DJM1's got it spot on. This is how it should be now. Fight out for first place. I think they will have told Trafford, look, we know Ederson is going in a season, right? Because he hasn't signed the contract extension. So we know he's going, right? Yeah. Here's a perfect time for you and Ederson to battle it out. And this is the thing, we spoke on this yesterday, that the fact that it's World Cup season, they'll both be fighting for it.
Yeah.
So for me,
that goes off the news I got yesterday. Ederson was going nowhere.
Yeah.
But personally, don't be surprised if Ortega ends up at Burnley or Newcastle. I think he'll end up at one of those soon.
Yeah, maybe. But just a quick one. On the Ederson side, do you think we'll still be offering Ederson a contract extension? Or do you think it will be, just let him run it down?
For Trafford to have come, I think they're going to let him run it down.
What? So they let him run it down, yeah?
Yeah. That was because you remember Trafford's reasoning for leaving City was he wanted the opportunity to be number one.
Yeah.
And Ederson's not going to be sat. He's not going to sign a new contract to be number two.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree. I agree.
And then not only that, sorry to jump in, what kind of wage do you offer? Because if he wants a new extension and you start offering him 250, surely he's got to be number one on them wages. And then you just put Trafford right back where he was when he left.
I'll be honest with you, Martin. Look, I'll make it very clear, and I have been making it very clear. I think Ederson has been underpaid, right? While he's been at City. However, I also, and it's ruthless, I know, and I do see Ederson as a legend. However, I don't think it's the right time now to be, while Ederson is beginning to deteriorate, I don't think it's the right time to go and offer him a bumper deal. I don't think it is. And I know that's harsh, but I don't think
it sends the wrong message.
It does. And ultimately, where we are right now, we're here talking about John Stones. That really and truly, we want to sell John Stones. We want to sell Jack Grealish, but the wage they're on, they're not going to leave. If we go and offer Ederson, I don't know, a 2-3 year contract extension on 150 grand, 200 grand a week, again, Ederson's not going to leave, is he? So I think this is the perfect thing. Let Ederson run it down. He has a year. And the other thing is, I think what City have looked at is if we could have got 20, 25 million, 30 million off of a Saudi team for Ederson, you take it. If teams are coming in with 5 million, you just keep him for a season, right?
Yeah, they're coming in with pittance. They're coming in with absolute pittance. They're coming in with pennies on the pound.
Yeah.
Yes. He has, his form's gone. His head's not right. We know all this. But he's still worth more than 3 million quid. Jesus, that's an insult.
I mean, and ultimately, if Eddie was to leave, right, I personally think, right, if Eddie leaves, I think Ortega would then go, right, you've got another keeper in. I'm definitely not first choice. I'm going to leave as well. Both of those leave and run down their it makes sense to keep Eddie because 3 million, what's 3 million? I'm sorry, but what is 3 million? It's pointless money, right? We would probably sell an under 18 player for more than 3 million. So, yeah. Well, I'm happy with that. I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with that. I think as well, the overall amount we've paid, 18 million to bring Trafford back, keep Ederson for a season. Happy with that. Very happy with that. Now we have to kick on and get a right back. Any news, Martin?
Nope. You want my honest opinion? And this is just my opinion. Not what I've heard. I think they'll go with what they've got. I think the right back will be Zinchenko, Fabian Del for a year. I do. My honest opinion of it, I'd rather they wait and buy the right back than go into panic mode and get somebody, in essence, that it's just a makeshift. I think we've got enough. Now, I know many will disagree. We've got enough there to cover us for 1 year.
It's characteristic of the club, man. It's characteristic.
Next summer, it has to be number one priority. Go and get a right back.
All right, so Martin, are you putting Kuzanov in this back line then?
I think you can use Kushner, which Pep said, by the way. I mean, I sent you that email. Pep has quoted he can play there. Nunes can go there. Kanji can even go there. Stones, when fit, and I use the word when fit very loosely, which is a bit of a shame. We've got enough. We've even got Rico. So you can even change up your right back depending on your opponent. If you want a more attacking right back, you can play Nunes.
Yeah.
Because the one thing Nunes offers that Kushner doesn't is the going forward aspect.
There we go.
Kushner's a better defender.
Yeah. I agree. I do hear. Do you know what? I was having a conversation with someone in the comments not on a video. It was on an Instagram post, and I was kind of saying about my concerns with the pace at the back, and they said that Nunes is the second fastest player in the Premier League. And I question that. Is that either of you two? Is Nunes rapid?
He's sneaky quick, but not second in the league quick. Surely
That's
not.
what I was thinking. I was thinking, really? But if he is, do you think it's just his reading of the game, or do you think it's Pep or also do you think it's actually Pep asking him to be a bit too far forward at times? Because look, my issue is with the right back thing is, well, you know what it is. It's the high line. It's the lack of pace in the right back. I think if we can get a right back in, or if Pep goes with some pace there, and my whole thing is right, Martin. Let me ask you: do you think Manchester City can compete with Liverpool next season as we are right now? I think Martin's gone.
Is he? Yeah, Turkish Wi-Fi's.
No, sorry, I was on mute. Yes, because football's not one on paper.
Good answer. Good answer. Where's your one? Have you got any concerns around City now, Martin?
My only concerns are probably the size of the squad. Some players at the minute are going to be left out of the Champions League squad.
Yeah.
And I mean left out completely. And that's going to be the shame of it. I think the outgoings will come more towards the end of the window. Yeah. And the reason I'll tell you,
we can't force players out of the club.
No, and not only that, it's people are paying us, they're offering us pittance. They're offering us pittance for players that, and the thing is, I worked it out the other day, to pay John Stones up and cancel his contract is around 12 million quid. 10 million quid. To pay Grealish up is 15 million quid. To pay it was either on Gundo up is 13 million quid.
Yeah,
they're not going to put 30 million quid off the books onto write-offs.
No, I agree with you on that. I totally 100% agree with you. We can't. And I think, unfortunately, with the players leaving, we just have to be patient. Mm-hmm. Literally, we just have to be patient.
In the summer, we asked for a goalkeeper, forward-ish player, a number 10, and a left back, and a midfielder.
Yeah,
we have done all that. We've done everything that's been addressed. What's now happening is because Liverpool have done what they've done, we're now questioning the quality of those signings instead of...
Martin, I'm glad you've come on, because that is my whole... The debate I wanted to have this show. Because, don't get me wrong. Do I have my concerns about next season? Absolutely I do, right? I have my concerns about transitions, right? But that's my only concern, right? I'm seeing people still saying we should go in for Rodrigo, right? People... Currently on Twitter, I see people downplaying Marmoush all over the gaff. When Marmoush came in, and let's be honest, if we didn't sign Marmoush in January, we would not have got Champions League football. Right? Not a chance in hell.
And Marmoush should be off somewhere else by now.
Yeah. Oh, and Marmoush would have gone for the Ekitike price, not for the Marmoush price as well. Mm-hmm. So that was a good sign-in. I honestly think where we are. Do we rate Cherki as a signing? Yes, we do. Right. There's no one that can tell me that Cherki is not a good signing. Do we rate Reinders as signing? Yes, we do. And again, Italy player of the season. What's the league? Italian league.
Midfielder of the season.
Serie A midfielder of the season. Right? Do we rate Aigning as a left back? Yes, we do. Right? I understand some people the James Trafford thing, but I rate James Trafford personally as well. I'm with you, Martin. I think all of a sudden it almost seems like because we're not spending the money that Liverpool are spending, it's causing outrage, and it's literally down to the amount being spent.
Yeah. Now this is my other thing is fees. For me, it's just what we've done. We've done very clever business this summer. We've got good fees. We don't have to spend 100 million on every single player, especially when we're getting, again, peanuts in for our players.
Yeah.
We're not selling we're not selling an Alvarez here from 14 million to 90 million.
Yeah.
City have been offered, again, 3 million euros for Ederson. And by the way, you've noticed all this Galatasaray talk.
Yeah.
It was all talk.
Yeah.
Because they haven't come with any proper bids. They haven't come with any proper wages for anyone. They can't even afford Akanji's wages. They can't even afford Gundo's wages. Because they've stuck all their money into Sane and Osimhen.
See, I that is something I'm interested in. If we were, because what people are saying right now, right, is, oh, we're not mad at the signings we've got, but we still haven't got rid of the uncles, right? But I promise you, if we got rid of Gundogan if we got rid of Gundogan, right, people would find something else to moan about. They would. They'd find something else to moan about. It does seem to be a bit weird. I don't get what more people want at this point. Like, if you want the players gone, I get it.
You want names. Let's say if you want names.
We just have to be patient. And again, I'll keep saying this. If we start the season and we're seeing a midfield of Gundogan, Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, right, then I'll be here with you in frustration. But I just don't get this frustration based on nothing, really. Do you know what it is based on? It's based on lack of patience, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
People forgetting how long the transfer window can stay open for, and this is the sort of thing that we never just gung ho and go, just get it done ASAP sort of thing. We take our time in this window. We've always taken our time with things in the summer transfer window. This isn't uncharacteristic of the club, and there is an element of which some of these signings there is a bit more to it than say paying out a contract or just throwing them out the door or anything like that. Like, Martin, I know you when I caught up with you last week, you said to me Jack Grealish had the makings of a deadline day sort of signing, whether that be a loan or an actual transfer. So I think there's so many narratives to every single player that's potentially on the chopping block, that these are going to be very, very long processes, long procedures, long negotiations with a lot of clubs. The manner in which they want to do business will be completely different to the manner in which we want to do business.
Well, look at Newcastle part. Newcastle might be coming in with a lot of money.
It's a very, very long process.
Yeah. If Newcastle only get a pot of money in the next week, which it seems like it, people got to realise it doesn't matter. I had this debate, I sort of got taught. I mean, I had rumblings 3 weeks ago that Isak was going. I got that 3 weeks ago. But and I mentioned it to Baz, someone who comes on our channel, Dax, and it was all about. And I know there is a small interest in Grealish in Newcastle. So when they get this money, they may come for Grealish, they may not. We'll see. But
hold on, when they get what money?
The Isak money.
Do you think Isak's going to go then?
Yeah.
Where do you think he's going to go? So be honest.
I think he'll end up at Liverpool.
You think?
I think that's where he wants to go. That's where he wants to go. That's where his heart is now.
Yeah,
I think Newcastle would be stupid to keep him.
I think it would be too much of too much of a coincidence that Liverpool showed an interest and now he's gone and put in a transfer.
Yeah, of course it is. He's not going to understand. I mean, the other thing, can I just say, by the way, I get Liverpool are doing amazing work, and but I'm not going to sit there. But here's the thing: Liverpool didn't do any business last year. They bought 10 million of Chiesa, and nobody had Liverpool anywhere near the league title. Nowhere near it. A new manager coming in, and they won the league.
Yeah.
Just because you spend money, Chelsea have spent 1.2 billion or whatever it was. Spending money does not mean, because, like, again, if we go down the tip box of what City have done or what fans were asking for, new backroom staff, tick. A rejuvenated Pep, tick. You're seeing that in the training. A new midfielder, tick. New fullback, tick. New goalie, tick. Sorting out the homegrown issue, tick. Walker went, tick. Other players are up for sale. We're waiting on bids. That will come. We have done everything but the right back then at that point. We've done everything possible that was genuinely asked going into the Club World Cup. What we're doing now, we are fear-mongering ourselves and listening to other people because of what Liverpool are doing and what Arsenal are doing. We're fear-mongering ourselves.
I do hear it. And look, I'll be very, very honest, open and honest with you. Liverpool should be favourites to win the league next season, right? Why? Because they are the champions. They are the champions, firstly, right? And secondly, they have strengthened massively, massively. They've gone and got in. Robertson was poor last season. They've gone and got in a new rejuvenated left back that's of a good quality, right? They've brought in a right back. Frimpong is probably not better than Trent, but between Frimpong and Connor Bradley, they're fine on the right. They brought in Wirtz, which is an improvement. They brought in Ekitike, which is an improvement. And if they bring in Isak, that's one hell of an improvement, right? So should Liverpool be favourites? Absolutely, right? However, we've been favourites to win the Champions League multiple times. We don't win it, right? Football is a very weird game. And a couple of injuries, things change. A fully fit team, things change. So Liverpool should be favourites, but it doesn't mean the league is done. And anyone that says that, you haven't watched football for long enough, to be honest with you, because that isn't the way the game's gone. Do you reckon there's any chance that now that he's come out and said he would like to move, do you think there's any chance that teams like PSG do come in for Isak? What do you think, Pat?
Yes, it's a possibility because I think Newcastle would be willing to listen to options outside the Premier League.
Yeah,
I think in a way they wouldn't necessarily like to sell within a direct competitor. In the form of Liverpool. So I think there will be some possibilities, some options, some alternatives there. I can't really, beyond PSG, I can't really think of anybody else. I was kind of thinking about Barcelona because sooner or later they're going to have to move on from Lewandowski. Now, whether that's this summer or in the future, I'm not too sure, but that is a possibility as well. So there are plenty of suitable clubs out there in Europe as well that will come knocking as well. So, and also too, Isak's got plenty of experience playing in Europe anyway. So,
I do think I think with Barcelona, because I thought Isak to Barcelona next summer might be a real thing, right? I think there'll be a couple of months before they move into the new stadium. They'll probably get a massive sponsorship deal, and I think next summer they'll get a massive sponsorship deal for the stadium, and for not just for the stadium but for everything around it. Right? They'll have money available, but I think we're probably a year too early for Barcelona to get involved.
I don't think Barcelona will buy anyone big for the time being. They can't even register Rashford or.
No, not this summer. Not this summer.
It's next summer. Yeah.
Next summer, and that's where I think, unfortunately, they won't go in for Isak unless they can And you're saying Spotify is sponsoring them. That's right, but there'll be with a new stadium coming. There will be a lot of sponsorships available for that new stadium. Right? You think
I'm going to say something that's a bit crazy now, Daps. I honestly think this is just my gut feeling. I think PIF have lost heart in that club.
Who?
I think they've lost heart. Newcastle, PIF.
Oh, Newcastle.
Yeah. Because why would they be trying to invest?
I'm trying to get some information off my mate who works for him, to be honest, because my mate works.
Why would they buy? Why would they want to buy Atletico Madrid? Why would Amrico suddenly jump up into Tottenham when that deal should have gone to Newcastle? If they buy Atletico Madrid, that means they're right into a Crystal Palace situation.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe they're just riding it out at the moment and waiting to see what happens with all the City stuff. To be honest with you, because the City stuff will blow it open, right? The City stuff will change, the 115 stuff, and also the PS, the other stuff we're trying to sue the Premier League for or make the rule change on. I don't know if maybe they're sat waiting for that to kind of ride out.
But also, too, if they're talking about PIF, the PIF are getting frustrated with all these introduced rules with PSR and the sort, then how's it going to be any different if they decide to invest in Atletico Madrid? Because Barcelona, Real Madrid, and La Liga will go hard on them as well.
Yeah,
they will tighten their grip and they'll make things very restrictive for them.
I honestly think they're probably just riding it out for now. I honestly do think they're just riding it out. They know that in the coming months things will change. Sorry, bear with me. Right, I'm just trying to think anything else. So, Martin, are you pretty confident, from what I'm reading, from what you're saying, that you don't think we're going to go in for it like that now?
I think we'll always actively be on the search. If I was a betting man, which I am on the occasion, I would probably say the right back will be January, summertime. And I would love to be proven wrong, by the way. I would love them to go and get the correct, because I would love Anderson. But at the moment, they can't touch Anderson because of the foreign player quotation we've got. We've got too many.
And is that likely to change?
Maybe one out, but I think Ortega will be a foreign player that will leave. But hand on heart, if you're asking me, is Gundo going to go? No, I don't think he will.
You don't think Gundogan's going?
No, I really don't.
What, because you don't think a bid will come in for him?
There was only Galatasaray showed any interest, and they ain't got no money down. So, if you want me honest opinion of Gundo, I think he's going to stay and he'll do his coaches. He'll do his coaching badges. I think that was always the plan, deep down. Do I think it's the right decision? For his career, he probably does deserve to go move on.
Hold on. But when you say, do you think it's the right decision? It's not a decision, is it?
No, it's not.
He's contracted, so it's not.
Exactly. He wants to stay. Pep wants to stay. The club want him to stay.
The club, the club want him to stay.
I think I'm trying to word this in the correct way. I'm trying to do it without a factual information. Phone call. I'm trying to do it non-factually, like you always say, dude.
No. If you're saying openly that the club are going to keep him, the club want to keep him, then the club want to keep him.
I think he's staying, mate. I think he's staying.
Right, do you think he's in plans to be playing much though? Honestly,
that's where I'm conflicted. I don't think he should be playing as much. Because I do think someone like an O'Reilly and Nico G should be getting them minutes above Gundo.
Yeah. He should be back to the minutes that he was meant to be playing last season, maybe even less.
Yeah. Yes, he could be back to exactly what I came in for. Yeah,
coming on to see games out.
Carabao Cup, the last 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
If there's an injury, that sort of thing.
I'll tell you what, we're in for some farewells next season. We'll be sending off Stones, sending off Bernardo, sending off Gundogan. Have we ever done a 3-player farewell before?
There's been some plays.
It'll be okay because John Stones will be injured from March anyway, so we'll just say goodbye.
Have we ever done a 3-player
about
public execution?
mid-February or something. Yeah.
The way things are going, Pat, we'll be doing a 3-player public execution, not 3-player public loving.
Yeah. Well,
So you don't think?
As long as the podium's not near the North Stand, that's fine.
Are you thinking there's a good chance that we fail to get rid of a few players?
I'll be honest, I think Grealish will go. I think McAtee will go, even though the price of McAtee's gone up.
Yeah.
That's what you want for him, which I think's fair in the market we're in right now. I think Ortega leaves. I think Echeverri goes out on loan. So I don't see where he gets. And I'm going to say it as I said this 5-6 weeks ago. I have a massive question mark on whether Oscar Bob's there at the start of the season.
What, you think he goes out on loan?
Yeah. Because where the hell does he get in? Where does he get game time air dabs other than the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a lot of things. If we start deep in it, I still want to see Savio on the left, which then frees up space on the right for Doc. I
want to see Savio and Doc. If you're going to play Doc with Savio, play them in their natural positions and stop this coming in and shoot. We know Doc and Savio's weakest part of their game is shooting. So stop putting them on the inverted side so they can come in and shoot. Get them having balls to Haaland.
Yeah, agreed. Well, just for anyone that's joined the stream late, we have got the Here We Go on James Trafford. James Trafford is joining Manchester City. City actually got him for just under the release clause. We don't know. I don't think. In fact, sorry, no. Let me go back and read the exact statement. So Manchester City. Oh, it's gone. Ornstein. Manchester City signed James Trafford from Burnley, sold at 14 million and purchasing for 27 million. So buyback cost only 13 million. Activated matching rights on Newcastle United offer. Ederson is set to stay. And Ortega is set to be sold, but we haven't had an offer yet. Also, by the way, James Trafford is a 5+ 1 year contract, so nice long contract as well. So, am I right by reading that we bought him back for 27 million?
Yeah, because we basically sold him for plus that we pay them the 20% sell and they give them us back. We get a refund on that.
Nice.
So yeah, 27 million, 5+ 1. But basically, you've got a new goalkeeper now for the next 6 years, 10 years. Yeah. I'm going to say 10 years because he'll sign an extension.
So is it fair to say now that the best Trafford in Manchester is James?
There's only one Trafford in Manchester.
Yeah. We've got the new Trafford. They've got the old stinky one.
No, the only Trafford in Manchester is James. Not the best one. The only. Sorry, I didn't hear you. All right, bloody hell.
I didn't hear you. Pat's the only voice I can hear, but I didn't hear you.
Do we think that? So, first game of the season.
You get drum replacements in Turkey as well.
I'll tell you what. Sorry, it's going to be mint. Imagine James Trafford on Monday, right? He's going to be returning. It'd be mad for him, don't you think? Because he has come out and said that he always wanted to return. In fact, have I got the clip? Yeah, here we go.
The long-term ambition, I believe I can be Man City's #1 and play for England, be their #1. But I know that I have to play as many league games as I can because no one just steps right into Man City #1 without...
So, on Monday, he's getting his dream come true. He's returning to City's academy, City's campus. Do we think first game against Wolves, who do we think starting, Pat? Ederson or Trafford?
Barring any unforeseen circumstances, it'll still be Ederson.
You think, yeah?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Martin?
That's where we're for Trafford.
You think Trafford, yeah?
Yeah.
I think Trafford. I'm going to go with Trafford as well. I think the fact that Ederson hasn't signed a contract, I think it puts Ederson as backup. We'll see, though. We will see. I mean, look, it's another conversation. We've got the conversation of who starts. Does Rodri start? I guess, in fact, guys, it's Friday today, isn't it? Today's the last weekday before City are back in training.
Yeah, they're all back on Monday. And we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I've got my tickets for the open training.
So have I.
Yeah, I'll meet you up there then. We'll arrange something.
Well,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to be up from the Monday evening until the Wednesday. So if you're about, Martin, we can catch up.
Yeah, full. I'll sort it out this time. And I think we'll probably do something live today or tomorrow. Pat, get ready.
Lovely. Pat, anything else you need to get off your chest, or do you need some more
probably
sleep?
do, but jet lag is just too strong at the moment.
Well, thanks again. Thank you to yourself and all the Sydney Blues for the scarf.
Yeah,
Lovely
good.
stuff.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I'll go back and look at that episode. Thanks for giving
Did you only
giving
get
us
a
a shout
scarf?
out and everything. Yeah, mate, you got your Melbourne City shirts. Stop your moaning.
He's going to try and make me feel bad, going, "Oh, he only got you a scarf," and start listing. He bought me a house.
I'm only joshing.
And by the way, Pat, the day after when I was walking, do you know, I didn't
When I ran
notice
into you on just outside North Quarter, yeah.
I didn't notice you. My missus goes to me, we're walking along, and she goes, "Who's that big lad waving at?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, looked, I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Who's that? I tell you what, that's one thing I hate about the bazaars over here. I walk past and they go, "Oh, big man, big t-shirt for big man." I went, "No thanks. Just insult that."
Well, you, my friend, they make a special price today only.
If you ever go to Thailand, like they go, "Oh, big strong man," and it's like, "You calling me fat?"
Yeah.
One last thing. So Martin, while I was in Manchester, I'll send you a picture afterwards. But I had to meet my other half, I'm going to go in a minute to meet. She's flying over now. I had to meet her best mate, and we were walking. We were on the way somewhere, and she goes. I go, "Oh, this is the way to City's ground," and she goes, "You support City?" And I said, "Yeah," and she goes, "Oh, you'll never guess who my uncle is, my dad's brother." And I go, "Who?" And she goes, "Edgy. Richard Edgehill."
No.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture afterwards, mate. She's actually...
Is he still driving that black convertible BMW? My sister used to live next door to him on Roland Barnsley.
Mate, it's her uncle. Anyone that doesn't know, Richard Edgehill conveniently was City's right back in the first days of the Premier League.
Just get your cousin or whoever, just say to him, "You used to live on Roland Barnsley, didn't you, near the Willow Tavern?" He'll know exactly where you mean.
Nah, hell with that, Martin. No, Dabs, tell your missus and see if Edgy's still good enough to play half a season.
Well, yeah, exactly. I did
just to
say
get us through to January, and then we can bolster
our ranks. I can give you the easy answer now. Because no, don't even do that. No. Richard Edgehill, can I say this in a real kind way, Dabs, without...
Go on.
Thank you. Richard Edgehill wasn't good enough to play for us in the 90s.
Nobody was good enough to play for us in the 90s, according to you, Martin.
Richard Edgehill was the equivalent of Kyle Walker today for the fan base back then.
And by the way, he's now a PE teacher, so he's probably not good enough.
He's a top guy, though. Absolute top guy.
However, clutch clips for the latest. Clutch clips? I think I'm on the wrong clutch clips here, lads, so I'll go and have a look afterwards.
Oh, it's about apparently Madrid are lining up a bid for Rodri.
They can line up a bid. There's not a chance that City are going to accept it, so it's mental.
I've seen some City fans genuinely think we're going to sell Rodri.
Yeah, it's
insane.
It's just the way of things, isn't it? It's like until they probably know as much as the club does that Rodri's close to signing an extension, and they could just throw these stories out there. They can just throw these stories out there until it's made public.
Yeah. Right, people. Going to say the same as yesterday. If there is any news today, I will go live again, but I very much doubt that. We've actually got a signing today out of nowhere, so Great on that one. People, please stop twerking for Liverpool. Please stop. Continue to be rattled by Liverpool. We should be rattled, but let's stop twerking for Liverpool.
So can I ask one last question before you go? I'm going to ask it. What did you do to Alan yesterday? Talk about on one.
Oh, mate, he was off. He was, yeah. Well, he's getting what he wants. He wants to keep Gundogan. Looks like we're keeping Gundogan.
You're worried about one day.
Tomorrow we will be back at 10:30 tomorrow morning, hopefully with Big Steve for a catch up. And then Sunday I will be live in the morning again for a birthday Q&A. My birthday on Sunday. I'm going to be 21. Until then, we're going to leave you with one of the biggest hypocrites to ever walk this planet, representing a whole fan base.
So nobody can compete with City in that. You have the best team in the world and you put in the best striker on the market. No matter what it costs. No matter what it costs, you just do it. I know, City, they will not like it. Nobody will like it. You ask a question, but you know the answer. But what does Liverpool? We cannot act like them. It's not possible. No.